Warning, this fanfiction contains infantilism. If you're creeped out by this fetish, please leave now before I publicly execute the author.
Well, it looks like yup. World of Dreams by Shanatan2131 does not have an ending. Well, this shit. Chapter 8, Family Affairs Final. Well, this story is once again not a fucking one that ended. Good God. Fuck God. This is the fourth one now. Gear. First, it's Chinese My Immortal. Well, actually, no. First, it's My Life in Dreamland. Then it's Nightmare Returns. Then it's Chinese My Immortal. Now it's this one. This is 4 fucking... no ending. Bull freaking horse shit. This is annoying now. Can I not find a fanfiction that's huge yet has an ending? I know it's hard to come up with one, but god damn it. Oh well. Anyways. Oops. Ugh. I might as well just play it because I have... Alright. Well, let's finish this damn thing. So, Kami-sama got you too, Yuri-ni-san. Konata staring down her older cousin with her sword gripped tightly in her hands. I guess in this world anything can happen. You see, this is all too perfect, Konata. Yui smiled, taking aim at Konata with both her guns. Kami-sama wanted both you and Minami-chan dead, since you were the 2 most dangerous ones in this world. And that Kagami girl also, if her power fully awakens. Now that you're here, I can kill 2 birds with 1 stone. What was that? Konata growled. How do you know about Kagami's power? I do know that. The girl's power hasn't fully awakened yet. Unlike everybody else in this world, she doesn't have a weapon yet. Why is that? It doesn't matter. I won't let you hurt Kagami. Konata tightened her grip on her sword. I'm giving you one more chance. Uni-san, leave this place right now. If you intend to hurt Minami-chan or any of our friends, then I might have to kill you. Oni-chan, no! Yutaka shouted, running to her cousin's side. If you kill her in this world, she'll end up like our teacher in the real world. She's my oldest sister. I don't want that. Sorry, Yu-chan. I don't want to kill Uni-san either. But if she wants to fight, then we will have to give it to her full force without holding back. But... Konata reached over and patted Yutaka on the head, then wiped the tears from her eyes. Yu-chan, why don't you let me handle this? You're way too kind-hearted to want to fight your own sister. No, Oni-chan, Yutaka cried. You're both very important to me. I don't want either of you to die, she continued crying. Why is this happening? We're supposed to be family. Why do we have to fight each other? Uni-san, can't you see what you're doing to your little sister? Stop this already, Konata shouted. It doesn't have to be like this. Kami-sama's words are law. I have to obey them without question. I see. So it's like that. Konata asked sadly, looking down at her feet. Yu-chan, you see that Uni-chan is not willing to reason. To take care of Minami-chan. Take care of Minami-chan and I'll handle this, Konata said as she ran at Yui with her sword. When she was in cutting range, Konata swung her sword sideways, but Yui jumped back and fired off a couple shots with her guns. Konata once again deflected the bullets with her sword and charged up energy. Sorry, Uni-san, but if you happen to die in this fight, I promise I'll find a way to bring you back. Just like I will with Mrs. Curio. Crushing blade! Konata hollered. Her sword lit up, letting off a purple light. Yui could feel the intense energy coming from Kanata's sword, and backed away knowing she's get killed if she were to get cut by the attack. Yui shot at Konata's feet, knocking her off balance. Konata's sword slammed into the ground, leaving a huge crater in the floor, and also caused smoke and dust to surround them. Konata ran through the smoke and dust and swung away, keeping Yui on her toes. Konata swung once more, and Yui dodged the swing once again. Konata suddenly disappeared and reappeared right next to Yui and kicked her in the ribs, causing her to stumble back a bit. Yui grunted, holding her sides, and when she looked up and saw Konata in the air above her, with her sword glowing the same purple light again. Crap! Yui rolled. Damn it. Oh man, I just lost it. Yui rolled, dodged out of the way just in time to avoid getting brutally massacred. She really meant to kill me with that last stack, didn't she now? Yui said mentally as she jumped back a few more feet just to get some distance in between her and her cousin. Ag. Don't be too surprised. Like I said before, Uni-san, if you happen to die, I will find a way to bring you back. But now, I'm going all out. Someone working for Kami-sama is no one to take lightly, Konata yelled fiercely. Well said, Konata, Yui smiled, taking aim. I guess that means I can't hold back either. Her guns began to light up and two curved blades pop out of the barrels of her guns. Now it's time for me to get serious, so prepare yourself. With great speed, Yui charged at Konata, swinging her gun blades around. Konata quickly ducked out of the way and avoided being cut, but was kneed in the face by Yui and toppled across the floor. Now you're mine, Hellfire! Yui shouted, shooting both her guns. Both bullet hits Konata head on. One on her left shoulder and one on her stomach. The bullet soon burst into flames, engulfing Konata. Whoa. No, Oni-chan! Yutaka shouted as she sat there and watched her cousin being brutally burned to death. Or so she thought. Near as you saw, Konata cut the air around her, making the flames around her disappear. She was only burnt in a few areas of her body, like her left arm and her right thigh, but otherwise, alright. Oni-chan, are you alright? I'm fine, Yu-chan, Konata said. The tone of her voice was getting fiercer, making Yutaka flinch. Stay here and protect Minami-chan. This will be over soon. Oni-chan, what are you planning to do? You don't sound like yourself, Yutaka cried. The Konata Oni-chan I know will never talk about killing anyone, especially one of her own family members. Things are different now, Yu-chan. I'm sorry. No, if you keep fighting like this, you might turn into that monster again. You haven't worn the magical diapers yet, so your feelings are running wild inside of you. If you keep up, you'll lose control of yourself again. Don't worry, I plan to end this before this happens. I'm just using the influence from my true feelings to make myself stronger. But why do this to yourself? Because I can't take it anymore, Konata growled, clenching her sword in anger to the point where her hands started bleeding. It hurts to have to fight my friends and loved ones. Until you guys started to come to this world, I was always fighting alone. But now you guys are here in constant danger, and I'm scared that I can't protect you. As Konata was saying this, a black aura surrounded her body. Then hold still, Konata! I will make your pain go away, Yui-chan said as she walked closer to Konata, then pointed her gun directly at her. I thought your love for Kagami and not being able to tell her how you really felt about this was the source of your pain, but I was wrong. Your real problem is that you're too weak to fight someone you really care about. That's why you haven't put the magical diapers yet. Your true feelings keep your will strong enough so you'll be able to fight someone close to you. Without them, you'll be nothing but a coward who sits on the sidelines. No, you're wrong, Konata said. Oh, but I think I'm right. You fought Miss Kurio like you're fighting me, and you let her get into your head. That's why you lost control like you did, and you almost killed your friends when you turned into that beast. That won't happen. I'll never let that monster inside of me hurt others again. Konata said, charging up her energy. Because I'm going to end your existence right now, Uni-chan. Blade Saber! Konata thrusted her sword forward, and the blade lit up and extended, stabbing Yui in the shoulder. The force of it threw her back into the behind her. Konata then pulled back her sword and went back to normal length. Then she ran forward, ready to cut Yui somewhere in the chest, when suddenly she was showered with bullets that filmed in the sky and was stopped in her tracks. Yui took this opportunity to run and strike Konata in the face with the butt of her gun, busting her nose in the process, then fired off another powerful shot. Charge blast! Konata was struck with a cannon-like blast and was sent flying across the room. Give up! You can't defeat me! Yui taunted, but to her shock, Konata was back on her feet like nothing was wrong. The black aura surrounding her body was now bigger than before. Damn! The negative energy coming from her is getting stronger. If I don't do anything, she could go berserk and kill me. If that's all you got, Nissan, then this fight is worlds away from being over. And I won't let you get into my head, just like you know about my problems. Why don't we talk about yours? Like, when is your husband coming home? Konata said with a sly grin on her face. A vein popped in Yui's forehead. You are so dead! The woman snapped as she began wildly firing off her guns in Konata's direction. Konata stood her ground and deflected every bullet that was shot away with her sword. You want to bring shit like that up? Why don't we talk about those 18-plus adult games you always play? Or that kinky stuff you keep under your bed like that bleep. And the bleep that makes the loud buzzing noise. Do you want me to play the Benny Hills theme? Because I can just shut this music off. Okay, I'll have a moment here. One of those things that you were talking about, Yutaka asked innocently. It's none of your business, both Konata and Yui yelled at Yutaka at the same time. Hey, Konata, you better not be teaching my little sister any weird stuff or getting into your hobbies while she's living with you. Said's the older sister who's trying to kill her, Konata taunted back. I don't want Yutaka to die. That's what I have to... Why, I have to kill you so she can live. Yuri filed... Okay, we're going. She's in the air. Lightning shots. Once the two bullets hit the ceiling, crackles of lightning came from nowhere, striking everything below. Crap! Konata yelled as she jumped out of the way of a bolt of lightning that nearly hit her. Looking around, Konata saw that the lightning was not only targeting her, but anything else that was made of metal. Yui-chan, run! The lightning will hit the metal bed frame, she shouted, but Yutaka was too scared to respond or move as lightning struck all around the bed. Konata, Oni-chan, please help! Yutaka cried, quivering in fear. Oh no, Yu-chan! Konata cried. Uni-san, you need to call off your attack. You're going to hit Yu-chan. Yui just turned her head and looked away as the lightning attack kept dropping around her little sister. I'm sorry, Yutaka. I gave you a choice and you wouldn't take it, so you're going to have to die here with your cousin. Oni-chan, please stop! Yutaka cried. I thought you were supposed to love me. We're a family! Yu-chan, move! Konata ran up and pushed Yutaka off the bed. She was struck by a huge load of lightning. Electric shot all the way through Konata's body, leaving her face down on the floor, not moving a single inch. No, Konata, Oni-chan! Yutaka cried as she went to go to check on her older cousin. Konata wasn't moving, nor was she breathing. Her eyes were rolled to the back of her head and she was totally unresponsive to Yutaka's cries. Konata, Oni-chan, please get up, you can't be dead. I knew if I targeted Yutaka, that idiot would jump in the way and take the hit for you. Yui sneered as he walked over. Now time to finish the job. Oni-chan! Why? Yutaka cried. How could you do such horrible things to Konata, Oni-chan? She's your family! I already told you before, Yui said coldly, staring her little sister down with piercing eyes. Kigami-sama's word is law. If she tells me to kill, then I will kill, no questions asked. So if Kami-soda told you to kill me, would you do it? Yutaka asked with tears streaming down her face. I don't have a choice, Yui said. What the fuck? What the hell is that thing? I just squashed a bug and it didn't get squashed. Alright. Choice. Going to Yutaka's forehead? No, move or I will shoot you this time. No, this isn't like you, Oni-chan. Whatever Kami-sama has done to you, I will fix it. I will fix it by defeating you, Yutaka said fiercely as her magical energy began flowing from her body, making Yui take a few steps back. She reached on her side, grabbed a tiger-shaped stuffed animal, and throws it into the air. Raiko, I need you, she shouts as the stuffed animal turns into a black and white tiger with thunder clouds floating around it. Damn. Go get her, Raiko, Yutaka commands. Literally like lightning, Raiko dashes forward and in less than a second was floating right in front of Yui. Do it! Lightning strike claw, Yutaka commands. The tiger's claws light up and began surging with electricity and slashes Yui across her body, launching her across the room into the wall. Yui quickly recovers and fires off 8 rounds with her guns, but thanks to electric fields surrounding Raiko's body, the bullets bounced right off him. Raiko lunged at Yui again, and she was barely able to avoid another hit with its huge claws, but was suddenly hit with its tail, which felt like it was being hit with a baseball bat. Yui was this time on the floor and she couldn't recover as quickly as before. Now for the finishing! Thunder shot! Yutaka commanded once more. The tiger opened its mouth once more and fired off a spiraling ball of electricity. I don't think so! Yui fired straight at the wall behind her. Raiko's lightning attack followed the bullets as they both hit the wall. I think you need to brush on your science, Yutaka. Don't you know that metal conducts electricity? And wherever there's metal, lightning will be detected to it, right? Directed to it, Yui sneered. That overgrown feline may be strong, but I've already found its weakness and yours. You might be able to control these stuffed animals of yours, but what happens if you yourself gets hurt? Yui asked, firing off another shot. This time the bullet grazed Yutaka on her left shoulder. She screamed and fell to the ground and clutched her wound in pain. As Yutaka was screaming, Rako looked like it was getting weaker. See what I mean? Your weakness is yourself. If I take you out, then that stupid stuffed animal will be useless. It doesn't matter. Shoot me all you want, Oni-chan, but I'm not giving up, and neither will Rako. Ryotaka grunted, standing up, still holding his shoulder. Even Rako can't use his electricity again. He's still a tiger, and you're still a human being. Rako, go get her! Yutaka commanded. Rako dashed forth with its godlike speed again and rammed Yui into the ground. Now stomp her, Rako, this time. Stepping on his leg and putting all his weight into his front paws. Before having her chest caved in, Yui rolled out of the wave. Where the ground beneath her split open thanks to the tiger's overwhelming power. But before she could get up to attack again, Yuki was struck by one of Riko's claws, knocking her across the room again. Give up, Oni-chan! You can't win! Yuki panted out. Yui slowly stood up, breathing heavily, with one eye open and blood in the other. Blood was also leaking from her head, from the places on her body that had been cut by Kunada's sword and slashed open by Riko's claws. I'm not going to quit, Yutaka, Yui spat out. Not until I've killed all three of you. That won't happen. I won't allow you to harm any more people I care about, Yutaka said, breathing even harder. She was starting to get tired quickly. Before fighting, she had already used half her magical energy healing Minami, and was now running low on power. She knew that she would have to end this fight quickly. Rako, get her! Yutaka commanded again. A tiger lunged at Yui. The tiger lunged at Yui once more, but she easily dodged the attack this time thanks to the tiger's slow movements. Just as I thought. Yutaka can't control that thing as well as before with her magical energy being low, Yui said to herself. I better end this now if I know it's good for me. Come on, Rako, you can do it! Yutaka carried more and more tired by the second with each lunge Rako took at Yui. He was getting slower and slower. Now to put an end to all of this, flaming shot! Yui fired off another bullet that struck Yutaka in the shoulder. The bullet then burst into flames, burning the right side of Yutaka's body. Yui came up close to and slashed Rako with the blades of her gun. The tiger let out a howling cry, then turned back into a stuffed animal form, and Yutaka doubled over in pain and hit the floor from being burned and feeling the pain from Rako being cut. Konado, Oni-chan, Minami-chan! I'm sorry I was too weak to protect the two of you. Yutaka sobbed as she was beginning to pass out. Now it's over, Yui said, pointing her guns at Yutaka's head from a safe distance just to be safe. Just as she was about to pull the trigger, Konada comes from behind and slashes Yui across the back. Yui screaming in pain, arcing her body forward and drops both of her guns. Yeah, you're right, it is over. Over for you, that is, Uni-san, Konada said, charging up in energy until it all comes pouring out of her body at all once. Divine skill! She shouts out, delivering a barrage of slashes to her cousin's body. Final wave! Konada launches an energy blast in the shape of a fox at Yui, hitting her dead on with it. In the end, Yui was left motionless, sprawled out on the floor. Her clothes were ripped, leaving her and only her bra and panties and her glasses were cracked. Yes. Oh well. Having no energy left, Konada fell to the floor and her armor and sword disappeared, only leaving her in her maid's outfit. Crap, that was stupid using my divine skill, and I haven't even regained the levels I lost from being data drained, she panted out. That was very nicely done, Inzumi-san. A voice came from somewhere in the room. Konada looked over and saw a woman with dark brown hair that went past her back. She had golden eyes and a slender physique. I must say, well, you did well defeating your cousin in a battle. I'm just glad you didn't kill her. Kami-san would be very angry if you did that, the woman said, smiling. No way, Nurse Fuyuki, not you too, Konada grunted out. No, this is bad. Yu-chan's out for the count. Minami-chan is still unconscious and completely out of magical energy. Please calm yourself. I didn't came here to fight. My role in this world and the real world is to treat those who are sick or injured, Fuyuki said, and walked over the bed Minami was lying on. Her hand began to glowing a bright green color. She placed it on a girl's chest. The slash rune across her chest disappeared, and Minami was breathing normal again. She then walked over to Yutaka and did the same thing, making her marks and burns disappear. Finally, she walked over to Kanata and healed Kanata. Why are you helping us? The last person who defied Kami-sama ended up dead, you know, Kanata asked. Fuyuki just smiled again, walking over to Yui. I already told you, my job is to heal who are sick and wounded and nothing else. Oh yeah, and another thing, Inzumi-sama. I'd put one of those so-called magic diapers and get your true feelings into check if I were you, she said. Either the person called Master will come at you trying to put you in a dark on you again, or you'll lose control and be destroyed by your true feelings this time. You talk about wanting to protect your friends when you're the most danger to them. With that said, Fuyuki picked up Yui and disappeared without a trace. Infuriated, Kanata hit the ground beneath her and cursed to herself. Can I just stop? Holy shit. We're halfway through this bastard! Ugh. Ugh. I'm out of voice. Fuck. Alright, line. Meanwhile, back in the nursery, Kagami and Tsukasa were both on their hands and knees, breathing heavily, while their mother was standing over them. Damn it! I can't believe how strong Mom is, Kagami cursed. Yeah, sis, Mom has always been this strong. You've just never been yelled at her for bringing home bad grades, Tsukasa said. Are you girls ready to give up now? I'm giving you one more chance to join Kami-sama, Mrs. Hiragi said, walking closer to the daughters. No way, Mom. You would never betray our friends, Tsukasa said. We would never betray our friends, Tsukasa said, standing back up. That's right, so you can forget asking again, because no matter what, our answers will always be the same, Kagami said, also standing back up. Then I guess I'll have to stop holding back, Mrs. Hiragi said, readying her weapon. Sis, I'll attack up front. You support me from the back. Tsukasa took charge. She ran forth with her fan surging with magical energy and swung them both at the same time. Double paper smack! Not going to work, Miss Hiragi said, holding her ground. The white blade on her double-sided spear began glowing. Light! Freeze. Suddenly a white light surrounded Tsukasa's body and she was frozen in midair. Hey, what's going on? Tsukasa struggled trying to move but she couldn't. Sis, help me. I can't move. Let her go right now, Mom. Hyodiana Hofle! Kagami shouted, shooting out another giant-sized fireball. That won't work on me either, Miss Hiragi said, flipping her spear where the black side was pointing this time. Then she cut the air in front of her dark cloud in the spear and sucked up the fireball completely. Sorry, Kagami dear, but that silly little attacks are useless against my dark dimension skill. No way, how'd she do that? Kagami basked away in fear. If you want it back, then just ask. I'll give you it back to you tenfold. The same cloud then appeared right behind Kagami, released the fireball, singing it straight at her. Sis, look up behind you! Tsukasa yelled, alerting her sister. Kagami didn't even need to turn around and know that she was in trouble. She could feel the heat from her own attack coming straight at her. At the last minute, Kagami jumped out of the way, but wasn't able to avoid her sister come flying straight at her. Both their faces collided with one another and both left on the floor moaning. Ow, that hurt. What the heck was all that about? Kagami complained, holding her busted nose. Sorry, sis. Mom threw me straight into you when you dodged that last attack, Tsukasa cried, holding her forehead. This isn't good. Mom's just playing with us. We got to find a way to beat her and fast. You two can't win against me. Shadow Wave, Miss Hiragi shouted, releasing a purple wave of demonic energy at her daughters. Sis, stay right behind me, Tsukasa commanded. Iron Fan Defense, she yelled as both her fans blocked the attack. Now it's my turn. Star Shower, she commanded as hundreds of stars began falling from the sky towards her mother. I thought I told you your attacks won't work against me. Dark Dimension, Mr. Raggy cut the air on top of her, creating another cloud of darkness that swallowed Tsukasa's Star Shower attack. Now that's just being cheap. Now to make sure you two can't defend any against this one, Light Freeze. White light surrounded both Tsukasa and Kagami's bodies and they were unable to move. Now that's really cheap. Now, Dark Dimension! Another cloud of darkness appeared hovering above her, command both Kagami and Tsukasa, and released Tsukasa's Star Shower attack. Both girls were showered with stars, leaving them both bloody and battered. Now, then hold still while I make this quick and painless. You're both way too tired from fighting Matsuri and Inori to fight me, she said, walking until she was standing over Tsukasa, who was not moving. Please, Mom, stop this. We're your kids. Can you really kill us that easily? Kagami said with tears streaming down her face. You gave birth to us. You're supposed to keep us out of danger. I gave you a chance earlier and you chose not to take it. Crying won't help you now, Kagami. Just close your eyes and I promise it will be over. Miss Hiragi said, raising her blade. Fine then, but promise me you won't kill Tsukasa. Just take her with you. She gets her willpower from me, so if I'm not around, then she won't disobey you. Fine, I'll spare Tsukasa's life as your dying request. Mrs. Hiragi said as she thrust the blade forward. Kagami closed her eyes, preparing for the worst, and then she suddenly heard the sound of metal clanking with metal. When she opened her eyes, she saw Tsukasa had blocked her mother's attack. There's no way I'm letting you kill Kagami, Mom! Tsukasa shouted. Her magical energy began pouring out of her body and was using it to push her mother back. Try blocking this one up close, she said as her mother's fan glowing. Paper bust! Tsukasa shouted as her two fans combined into one huge one. Tsukasa swung her fan with all her might, knocking her mother into the air and through the ceiling somewhere into the outside world. Whoa. It's over? The fight is over? Oh, wait a minute. I can still do this. Whoa, Tsukasa, when have you been this strong? Kagami asked, totally amazed. Tsukasa dropped her fan and turned to her sister. Kagami, you big idiot! The fuck? You big idiot? She yelled back, handing her sister across the face, leaving her cheeks swollen and red. What was that about? Why didn't you try to run? Were you actually going to sit there and let Mom kill you? She asked. No, shut up and let me finish, Tsukasa shouted again. Kagami clamped her mouth shut. She was taken aback because she had never seen her sister get so upset before. How dare you ask Mom to spare me and kill you instead? We're twins, one and the same. We work as a team. As long as we're together, there's no one we can't beat. As Tsukasa was saying, all of this tears and snot were dripping down her face. Tsukasa, I'm sorry. I didn't know what came over me. You're right. We are a team. We're both in this together. We need to work together if we want to save Mom and the rest of our friends. Tsukasa suddenly okay, so we're done with this. Embraced her sister into a powerful hug. Don't you ever do anything like that ever again, or I'll give you 100 spankings with my fan next time, okay? Kagami went pale to her sister's threat, but agreed to it. You know the last attack of yours probably wasn't strong enough to finish off Mom. She could appear again at any time. She won't give up until she kills us, Kagami stated. Yeah, I know, sis, but what we do, my magical energy is about to run out, and I'm pretty sure you're running low on power. Does Kona-chan have some kind of special medicine that can restore her health and power? I don't know. If she did keep something like that around here, then she would have used it when we fought you and the others' true feelings. If Mom attacks us again, we're toast. What are we going to do, sis? I don't know, but we need to think of something. Mom is just too powerful to fight in her current condition. Where do you think Kona-chan and the others are? We sure could use their help right about now. Look, just like us, they're probably being attacked by something else. We're not the only ones in danger right now, Tsukasa. I hope they're okay. Okay. Oh yeah, of course, you can hear people's screams, right? Kagami-sama attacked us while we were all split up so we could be caught off guard. Damn it. Kagami cursed. Hey sis, do you think we could try to hide out until the world ends tonight? No, I don't think it's a good idea to leave the room. Mom knows a lot more about this world than we do. We could be walking right into a trap. What about if we took Matsuri and Inori hostage? We could tell Mom to leave us alone or we'll do something really horrible to them. What do you have in mind? Kagami asked nervously. Maybe we could tickle them to death or force them to eat that nasty baby food Kona-chan forces you to eat sometimes. Tsukasa, will you get serious already? Mom is trying to kill us. I seriously don't think those non-lethal things for our sisters will be enough to make her stop trying to attack us. Hey, I know, Tsukasa said excitedly. What is this time? I'm almost too scared to ask, Kagami said back sarcastically. Why don't we try putting Matsuri and Inori in some magical diapers? Maybe they might turn good and be on our side now. Kagami sighed. Something tells me that that's not going to do anything but piss them off when they wake up. The magical diapers only work for those who have been taken over by their true feelings, Mom. Matsuri and Inori were just being controlled by Kami-san, so their plan might not work. Plus the two of them are tiny fairies, and diapers won't even fit them. But they would look cute wearing the diapers. They just look like little dolls. So can I dress them up, sis? Tsukasa, focus already, Kagami shouted. We need to come up with a plan and fast. If we could somehow turn the fight in our favor. But how? Kagami had to think. Hey, sis, didn't Kona-chan once tell you this room was your dream and that you could do anything you wanted without any restrictions? Fuck. 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 Hey, that's right, the nursery is my domain. Here I can make anything I want happen. But the only problem is that Kanata never taught me how to do any of that stuff like that. Like how she makes herself taller. What about our magic? Can you imagine us using stronger attacks? Yeah, but if we did that, Mom would just throw them back right at us and get us use a dark dimension use of hers. What if we can find a way to get around that? Get it around it. Tsukasa, I got a perfect plan, but I need you to keep Mom busy for a while. I think I can do that. Anything for you, sis. Line. A few minutes later, the door opened and Mrs. Hiragi stepped through it. I hope you girls say your last words, because this time, this little game ends now, she ended. You're right, Mom. This does end now, Tsukasa said, coming out of hiding. Only you, Tsukasa? Where is your sister at? Hiragi asked. Kagami went to go get help from the others. So when she gets back, you're going to be in trouble, Mom. I advise you leave this place now. By the time Kagami comes back, she's going to be heartbroken when she finds that not only her friends are dead, but her little sister also. Mrs. Hiragi yells, lunging at her daughter. Tsukasa defends with her fans and blocks her mother's spear encounters by throwing out her knee and hitting her mother in the stomach. Mrs. Hiragi let out a loud oomph upon being kneed in the stomach and backed away. Tsukasa then ran up and swung both of her fans at the same time, again hitting her once in the face and in the ribs also. Mrs. Hiragi was now tired of being made a fool of and swung her blade wildly at Tsukasa. Tsukasa had to be quick on her feet to dodge every swing for it will be all over. For it will all be over, and she was cut. Tsukasa jumped back and to gain some distance from her mom and went on to attack. Paper cutter, her fans opened up and began glowing when she ran at her mom. How many times do I have to tell you? That's not going to work against me. Light freeze, Hiragi commanded, but before Tsukasa could become frozen completely, she threw one of her fans like a boomerang. Knowing that attack could do some serious harm, Mrs. Hiragi broke her light freeze technique and jumped out of the way before she could get cut by Tsukasa's fan. Now that Tsukasa was free to move around, she ran at her mother and delivered a clean cut to her right shoulder using the other fan. Mrs. Hiragi screamed in pain as she dropped her spear and clutched the wound on her shoulder. It's not over yet, Mom. Star shower, Tsukasa yelled, waving her other fan. Hundreds of stars began falling from the sky again, coming towards Mrs. Hiragi. Thinking fast and enduring the pain on her shoulder, Mrs. Hiragi grabbed her spear and cut into the air. Dark swallowed up Tsukasa's attack. Kagami, do it now, she yelled. I'm on it, Tsukasa. Kagami came out of her hiding. Because you already used that technique of yours to set up Tsukasa's attack, I bet you won't be able to do it again to stop mine. Kyo Diana Dain Hofle, Kagami shot out another giant-sized fireball. Hiragi was able to move to defend herself, and she screamed as she hit dead on with Kagami's attack. There was a huge explosion, and smoke and debris was scattered everywhere. Over half the nursery has been destroyed. Mrs. Hiragi was left on the floor moaning in pain, and her body had been charred. Yeah. Hey, sis, we did it. Tsukasa cheered, running up and hugging her sister. Don't think it's over, Mrs. Hiragi grunted, trying to move. No way, Mom still wants to fight after all that? She really is strong. Stop it, Mom, we won. If you keep fighting this like this, you're going to die, Kagami said. Take Matsuri and Inori with you and get out of here now. Kagami, you're a fool. You should have killed me by your... You had the chance. Next time we meet, both your heads will roll, Mrs. Hiragi said, then threw a little tiny ball, and a flash of light blinded Tsukasa and Kagami, and then when their vision cleared, they saw that the mother and sisters were gone. Now they both say, Tsukasa and Kagami fell on the floor, tired and drained of all their energy. Hey, sis, Tsukasa started out, but was still out of breath. Hey, yeah, what is it? Kagami asked back. I think I need a diaper change. Yeah, you and me both, but I don't think yours is more severe than mine is, Kagami laughed. Jesus. Line. Somewhere in another room, a door opened up. Mr. Aggie came limping through the lawn with Sword Nori and fell to the floor in a pain. As she was lying there, she heard footsteps walking up to her and saw who it was. I see you lost the fight to your daughters, also Miki. Fuyuki said. Yes, I underestimated those girls. They're more resourceful in the look. Next time, I won't let my guard down, Mrs. Aragi said. You said also, was another one of us defeated? Yes, it was Yui. She was defeated by Konada and Yutaka. And Patricia has gone missing. Even with my medical skills, she is still in very bad condition. Time was of the essence, but her life is no longer in danger. She won't be fighting for quite some time, though, Fuyuki explained. Those girls are more powerful than luck. Kami-sama must be furious with us failing our mission, Mrs. Ragi said regrettably. No, not in the least. I'm glad to see that you're still alive. A very short woman wearing a white dress walked into the room. Her hair complete with a straw hat, sun pink ribbon on the top. Her only noticeable feature was her long blue hair. That girl Akira Kogami is on the move again. She took advantage of Patricia's plan and put her in a dark diaper. She is no longer on our side anymore. My sources tell me that she is now creating a more powerful version of the dark diapers. She needs to be stopped before she brings out more people's true feeling and totally destroys this world. But Kami-sama, what about Kanada and Zumi? She has yet to come to terms with her true feelings. Not being able to confess her love to Kagami was not the source of her pain. If she becomes corrupted by these true feelings, then that spells trouble for the rest of us, Fuyuki said. For now, we will let those girls deal with Akira Kogami and her group, and hopefully they can stop production of the new dark diaper from being made. But if Konada does get taken over by her true feelings, I will deal with her personally, Kami-sama said as she walked out of the room. Oh, but alright. And that's the end of the fucking story, because you know what? None of these fucking fanfictions ever end. Ugh. Damn. I at least want a fanfiction to end. I don't care if it sucks or if it's good or fuck. Just want to read one that ends. Ah! Kai, fuck you.
So considering that this fanfiction kind of like died with its last update being 2012, now it's 2013, and in fact it's quite close to the end of 2013 now. And well, you're wondering what the hell happened to the fanfiction. Maybe I was wondering what the hell happened, so I looked them up. I looked up Shanatan, like 3 whatever, give me a minute, 2131, to figure out, like, are they still around? Did they, like, move websites? Anyways, I found, like, this infantilism website that actually, like, someone asked. It's like, what happened to Shanatan? And someone said they migrated, or at least ran away, to this website called Diapered Anime. And I just sat there and went, alright, this is a very weird website. I went there, and oh my god. Anyways, I found them. I found Shanatan, but he or she is basically there in username only. There is no addition to the fanfictions. All the fanfictions that were not finished are not finished, which pretty much means all of the fanfictions that he or she ever wrote are not done, and they were never continued. This person apparently got offended. I don't know how, but they got offended. I never looked through all the reviews. Maybe it was a personal message, so there's no point. But they're gone, and it kind of sucks, because this is like the only fetish fanfiction I've ever read that didn't suck. And it really does suck. So that's why I have the introduction of, if the author ever reads this, please message me, because I want to know. I want to know what the hell happened, because it's always interesting to figure things out. Also, ask them to maybe finish this one. I do want to see where this was going. I did get very, very interested by the end of it. I didn't get invested or anything like that, but I really wanted to know how it ended, just because it was just so strange and surreal. I wanted to see how it ended. Like, does Kuroi, was she going to stay dead? Who was the this villain or whatnot? Like, what the hell was her name, anyways? I don't know. The creator of the World of Dreams, who like became the villain. Knowing anything, she was probably going to be the author of the manga, Magical Baby Girl Kimi. God damn it! Whatever. This is the only fetish fanfiction I'm ever going to say I liked it. I enjoyed reading it. Because it was just so funny and just strange. Like, well, I enjoy reading fetish fanfictions because they're funny and strange, but I enjoyed this for an entirely different reason. I wanted to keep reading it. It was long as shit, but I wanted to keep going. A lot of times, if I run into a fanfiction I really just don't like, or is just too stupid like a fetish fanfiction, I usually get bored. This is why I do, like, the super short ones that are, like, half an hour. Like, I usually don't go past, like, these big... like, my life in Dreamland was difficult just because it just wasn't enjoyable. It wasn't interesting. And that fanfiction was, like, how many hours did it take? And truthfully, I read it several times because it was very obvious I was getting very bored. I had to redo, like, half the chapters. And, oh god, the results of My Life in Dreamland. The final cut was basically, I just said, I don't give a fuck, and threw it on. I was, like, the biggest asshole there. I was there, like, yeah. Except in, like, chapter 5, in which I actually redid the chapter because I was too much of an asshole. Chapter 5, I think, is the most redone chapter. Anyways, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the World of Dreams. World of Dreams, it's an okay fanfiction. Even the reviews say it. It's sort of like, I don't like it. They literally, well, there's one guy who says, I don't like infantilism, but fuck, I want to see this end. And that's what I am. I want to see this end. I don't really care all that much, but hey, you know, Jonathan, if you ever fucking find this, if anybody ever sends you this way, or, whoops, rewrites what I'm saying to you, which would be pretty retarded since there's no context, just I want to see this fanfiction end. That's it, period. Fuck this. End of story. See you later. Alright, I want to do and that's not a snake. Warning! This fanfiction contains infantilism. If you are creeped out by this fetish or other such. Warning! This fanfiction contains infantilism. If you do not like this fetish or such and shit, I don't know. Watch the fucking thing! If you do not like, you may like. Warning! This fanfiction contains infantilism. If you do not like it, you may like it. Warning! This fanfiction contains infantilism. Warning! This fanfiction contains infantilism. If you're creeped out by it, crap. Warning! This fanfiction contains infantilism. Fabulous. Warning! This fanfiction contains infantilism. Please, if it's not snake about Warning! Oh no! Infantilism. You get creeped out by this fetish. Please leave before I publicly execute the office. Snorping. Off to shut fuck. Kuroi backed away in fear as Konata was fucking shit, damn it. Warning, this chapter contains infantilism. If you're creeped out by this fetish, please leave now before I execute the author in public. Damn it. Execute the author in public. Publicly execute. I'm gonna execute you. I will execute you all. Execute. Ah. If you're the author of The World of Dreams, do not take this reading too personally. But, what the hell's wrong with my sentences? I'm like derpy derp. If you're the author of The World of Dreams, please do not take this too personally. Personally. You know what? Fuck this crap.